The Infinity Stones have been a central part of almost every Marvel universe for years and years now, but what exactly are they? What is the difference between them and what makes them so powerful? Well, today we're going to be focusing in on one of these stones, the Reality Stone, and we've already talked about the Soul Stone and the Power Stone. If you guys want to check out those videos, link will be in the description. We are doing a mini-series here to cover all of them, and the Reality Stone has been playing a pretty big part in the current Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hi everybody, welcome to the Multiverse. I am your host, Jimmy, and these are going to be 10 things you may not have known about the Reality Stone. And before we get into it, keep in mind that this is a video that is going to contain spoilers for Infinity War. So now that you know that, let's get started.
Be sure to enter our monthly giveaway. For this month, we're going to be giving away 10 tickets to see the Han Solo movie. It's really easy to enter. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on for a chance to win. Leave a comment on why you want to win with your Twitter handle attached, and I will pick the winner at the end of the month. Good luck.
Much like the other videos we've done on this topic, we're going to start this video off with some rules for the remainder of this list. Regular viewers of the Multiverse may know what we're about to say, but if you're a newcomer here, let's get you guys caught up, alright? The Infinity Stones have been referred to as many things throughout Marvel history. When they were first introduced, they were called the Soul Gems, then they were called the Infinity Gems, and today, they're mainly referred to as the Infinity Stone. So for the remainder of this video, we're going to be using the phrases Infinity Stone and Infinity Gem interchangeably, but we won't be referring to them as Soul Gem, since the Soul Gem now means something totally different in the Marvel Universe. So going forward in this video, just keep in mind that the Reality Stone and the Reality Gem are the same thing. And in the comment section, you let me know, what is your favorite Infinity Stone? Alright, the Reality Stone first appeared in issue number 7 of Avengers Annual, which was published in 1977 and took place on Earth 616. The Infinity Gems first came into existence when an all-powerful being committed suicide out of the pain of loneliness, at which point its power was split into 6 gems, each one representing a different aspect of its energy. The Reality Gem first appeared in the comics alongside the Space Gem when it was being held by Xambor, and Thanos busted in and stole them from him so he could complete his collection. Now Thanos combined the Reality and the Space Gems with 3 of the others to create a giant Infinity Gem with the power to wipe out all the stars in the entire universe. Thankfully, the Avengers swooped in. Captain Marvel and Warlock also arrived and stopped him, destroying the giant Infinity Gem in the process and splitting them back into their smaller counterparts. As of the recording of this video, the Earth 616 version of the Reality Gem is currently in the possession of Captain Marvel. Now, the backstory of the Reality Stone is very different from the comics when you cross over into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or Earth 199999, okay? In the movies, the Infinity Stones were also the remnants of an all-powerful being that predates the universe, but what happens afterwards is where things change. The Reality Stone represents the reality of the universe, and it has the ability to change that in a number of different ways, including physics and the properties of matter itself. That last ability is the main thing that has been used for on Earth 199999, as the Dark Elves used it in their attempt to plunge the 9 realms into darkness via the dark matter. Now, the exact powers of the Reality Stone are very, very strange, as it's hard to describe something that can change logic and reality itself. But to put it simply, the Reality Gem's power involves anything and everything that can break the rules of the world. Here's an example. A basic rule of the world is that 2 plus 2 equals 4, okay? That's something that is set in stone and cannot be changed or proven to be anything other than that. However, the Reality Gem can adjust this to create a new rule that makes 2 plus 2 equal anything the user wants. The Reality Gem can also be used as a weapon by destroying the target's perception of reality, making them unable to function or interact with the world around them. The Reality Stone can also change the rules of death and resurrect those who have died. The Reality Stone has been able to create alternate realities or adjust the logic and rules of an entire universe, but the user must be very powerful in order to do so. This stone is pretty strong. Now, for the longest time in the MCU, the Reality Stone wasn't actually a stone at all. After the stone was discovered on Earth 199999, it was liquefied into a new substance called ether, although the exact methods of liquefaction are unknown. Now, Malekith, leader of the Dark Elves, then attempted to use the aether to bring darkness into the 9 realms, but it was defeated by the Asgardians. And after their defeat, the aether was brought to the Collector so he could protect it, although the Asgardians were unaware of the Collector's plans for the stones once he got all of them. It wasn't until the events of Infinity War, when Thanos arrived at the Collector's museum, that the aether was returned to its original form so he could put it in his gauntlet. Now, one of the most devastating events triggered by the Reality Stone actually happened on Earth 12041. Following Red Skull's attempt to steal the Infinity Stones from Thanos, he loses them during the crash landing on Earth, resulting in them being scattered around the planet. The Reality Stone falls into the hands of the Squadron Supreme, which was a group of supervillains, including Hyperion, Speed Demon, Nuke, Dr. Spectrum, Nighthawk, and Princess Power. After discovering what the Reality Stone is capable of, Dr. Spectrum uses it to alter reality into a world where the Avengers are a group of evil supervillains and the Squadron Supreme are the planet's saviors. Basically, they role reversal to everything. Shortly after this change in reality, Tony Stark is able to remember the true world and manages to bring the team back together, at which point, Dr. Spectrum starts to use the stone to alter reality once again into a world where the Avengers were never born, although this plan was obviously thwarted. Now, much like the other Infinity Stones, the Reality Stone can only be wielded by extremely powerful beings, regardless of how much they know about it. This was put on full display when Jane Foster, a genius human, was unfortunately bonded to the Aether, which slowly started killing her despite her intellect. This is a very interesting factor of the stone, as the other stones kind of make sense in this rule too. Obviously, the Power Stone can only be wielded by extremely powerful beings because otherwise the stone would overpower them, but as it turns out, even the stones that focus on the mind and not power will still ultimately kill weaker beings who attempt to use them. And speaking of the Aether, let's talk about that stuff a little bit, because it's actually pretty different from the stone when it's in its regular form. Its main ability is to attach itself to a host and slowly suck the energy from it, converting all matter into dark matter. So far, the only being in the MCU who was able to control that was Malekith, who would use it to regrow lost limbs, boost his strength, or even use it as an attack of energy. When under the influence of the Aether, Malekith was able to do battle with Thor and still walk away in one piece, which is a pretty big accomplishment. The exact reasons why it was able to do these things is unclear, although it's likely due to the fact that Malekith was using it to alter the reality of his own physical being into something much, much stronger. Since the Aether was returned to stone form, it seems to have lost its more destructive qualities, like changing from matter to dark matter or attaching itself to a certain host. Now, Thanos made very liberal use of the Reality Stone during the events of the Infinity War movie after he got his hands on it early. When he first acquires the stone from the Collector, he uses it to cause an illusion of himself to Gamora, as well as prevent Star-Lord from killing her by changing the bolts from his blaster into bubbles. He later used that technique again when Gamora attempted suicide, but he changed her knife into something harmless so he could still use her as a sacrifice to get the Soul Stone. He also used the Reality Stone to show Doctor Strange when Titan, well, what it looked like before it was actually destroyed, and it will definitely be interesting to see if he continues to use it in Avengers 4, perhaps to try and bring his daughter back to life, although if he does that, that could create a paradox as he sacrificed her in order to get the Soul Stone, so that would really mess everything up. And finally, one last thing that has been on Marvel fans' minds for months now is how exactly the Fox universes could merge with the current MCU, or if they will even merge at all. But the Reality Stone may actually be the linking factor to get everybody together on one page and in one place. On multiple occasions throughout the comics, the Reality Stone has been used to link people and places from different worlds, and the stone has even jumped between different realities, like what happened in the Heart of Gaia. If the rumors are true, and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four are going to be joining the MCU in the near future, the Reality Stone may have a hand in making all that happen. Using the stone to merge the worlds would also be a way of bringing everybody together in a way that doesn't erase any of the previous events of the X-Men cinematic universe. Although, given how much Fox has already done that to themselves, perhaps this wouldn't be an issue anyway. And there you have it, Multiverse members. Those are 10 things that hopefully you found informative about the all-powerful Reality Stone. Like I said, this is a mini-series we are doing. We are covering all 6 stones. We've already covered the Soul Stone and the Power Stone, and now the Reality. So check out those videos, and we will be doing the other 3 very, very soon. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. Make sure you're subscribed with those notifications on so you never miss an upload. We upload at least 1 to 2 videos a day. And if you have suggestions for things you would like to see in fandom, definitely let us know. My name is Jimmy. This has been another episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the multiverse.
Be sure to enter our monthly giveaway. For this month, we're going to be giving away 10 tickets to see the Han Solo movie. It's really easy to enter. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on for a chance to win. Leave a comment on why you want to win with your Twitter handle attached, and I will pick the winner at the end of the month. Good luck.